Welcome back to the shop. In this box I have the new Aipas M1 Pro. This is an electric bike with a 4-inch tire. It has some racks, and I'm going to set it up as an adventure bike geared for fishing, surf casting. If you've ever gone surf casting, you know that the fish can be right in front of you, but 100 feet to the left or right, there's nothing. So the idea is to have this all set up for fishing and be able to go up and down the beach, looking for the birds, looking for the bait fish, and hopefully catch some fish. So I'm going to go ahead, open this box up. I'll spread all the parts out, put the bike together, and then we'll see how it works on the beach. I'm going to go ahead and open the box. I'll set the razor knife kind of shallow because I don't want to scratch the bike or hit the tire. I have most of the parts unpacked. Now I'm going to take the bike out of the box and balance it on its back wheel and front fork. These are the keys to take the battery out of the bike. I'll use the key to take the battery out of the bike. Twist the key, and then there's a little tab here, twist, and the battery comes out. Now I'll plug the charger into the battery and charge the battery while I'm assembling the bike. Although you don't have to take the battery out to charge the battery, you can charge it while it's in the bike, but I don't want to have the cord attached to the bike while I'm working on it. I have all the parts laid out on the table here, the fender, the tire, the rack, seat, pedals, and your toolkit. You'll be able to put the entire bike together with the tools that are provided. The first thing I want to do is get the stem facing in the same direction as the front fork. So I'll loosen up these with the Allen key and move this in place and tighten them back up. Now I'm going to remove this bracket so I can attach the handlebars. I have my bracket and the bolts close by, and now I'm going to grab the handlebars and rotate them until they're in the correct position. Put the bracket back in place. Once I have the bolts in and hand tightened, then I'll tighten them in a pattern going from one corner to the next, and then the bottom, then up to the right, and basically do that until everything is nice and tight. You don't want to over tighten it, but you also want to make sure it's tight enough. With the bars in position, I'll go ahead and attach the display to the front. And for this, you're going to use the smallest Allen key that's provided. You want to loosen these up all the way. Try not to lose those. When you have the display in position, you can go ahead and tighten it all the way down. Now moving back towards the rear of the bike to attach the fender. I'll remove these bolts all the way, making sure to not lose the washer. And this one in the front here goes here. I'll just hand tighten it. The back one goes here. Same thing on the other side. This is a little tricky because there's a bit of a spring-loaded quality to this. So just take your time, get it started, and then you can tighten it up. Now I'm going to attach the rear rack. There's 2 bolts on either side of the bike. You want to remove these all the way. Again, making sure to not lose the washers. Now I can put the rack in position and put the bolts in place and just hand tighten them. I've got all the bolts in place, and I will say that was a little tricky. You kind of have to hold the spring tension in while you're lining up the bolt, and you don't want to cross the thread. So just take your time. But now that everything is in position, I'll go ahead and tighten everything up. Next, we're going to attach the line for the brake light. You can see there's zip ties already attached to the rack. So I'm going to feed the line through those zip ties. And there's a small arrow here and a small arrow here. We'll just line those up and push them together. And now I can tighten up the zip ties. That looks pretty good, so I'll go ahead and cut off the ends. Now I'll put the seat in the bike so I can turn the bike upside down and attach the front tire. To turn the bike upside down, I'll squeeze the rear brake and pick the bike up, get it into that pivot position. I've got a piece of cardboard down so I don't scratch the fender or rack. And I'm also using some of the packing underneath the handlebars to protect the display. Before you can attach the front tire, you'll need to remove this protector. And I did have to work on that a little bit. I just pulled it off now, but I was working on it a little bit off camera. And then on this side, there's another protector. This one I couldn't get off without unthreading it. And so now my bolt is buried in this plastic, so I'm going to go ahead and use the utility knife to just cut this away. And these are the parts that I needed. Now I can drop the front tire into place, making sure that the brake rotor lines up with the brake. All right, now I'll flip the bike back over and put on the front fender and headlight. Now I can use the kickstand. Nice. Next I'll attach the front fender and headlight, and to do that I'll need to remove the bolt in the center here and both bolts on either side of the fork. I'm using the number 10 wrench and one of the Allen keys. I'll go ahead and take this off. Don't forget that the big washer is in the front here. You want to put it back together that way. Now I'm going to fish the fender in from the back, and I'll grab the light. And I'll get this hand tightened for now. Next, I'll attach this piece to the front fork. I stuffed a little packing under the fender to hold it in position. That looks pretty good, so I'm going to go ahead and tighten everything up. And now I can bend the headlight into position. The pedals are clearly marked with an R for right, and I'll just turn them into the crank clockwise. Now I use the number 15 wrench and give it a little turn. I'll repeat the process with the left pedal. I just realized that I forgot to attach the fender to this bracket, but hopefully I can just take this bolt off of here, slide it in place, and tighten it up. Okay, it's been about 2 hours. I could have done it much quicker, but I was filming. always have retakes. Unfortunately, that is all part of the game when it comes to making videos. But we'll go ahead and throw the battery in the bike, see what kind of charge we have, and maybe even get it down to the beach and see how it works in the sand. When you're putting the battery into the bike, you want this red on-off switch to be on the right side. And that's all there is to it. So if you want to charge the bike without taking the battery out, you can plug it in right here. Okay, well here we are down at the beach. This is the soft sand. It did rain a bit last night, so the sand's probably a little bit more compacted than usual, but I think down by the water, I'm not going to have any problems. But right here might be a little bit of a challenge. We'll go ahead and put the phone in this little mount that I have here. And we're also going downhill. I think coming back, I might have to push it, maybe with the throttle. Let's see what happens here. Maybe I'll just throttle it. There we go. Now we're going so far. So far, so good. That's pretty good. This is fun. Yeah, this is going to be a breeze down here where it's compacted. Wow, this is cool. We'll go ahead and power it up a little bit with this plus button. Oh yeah, man, this is fun. Holy cow. No problems. I'm not going to get too close to the water. The last thing I want to do is get this bike wet. So I've tested it out on the beach here. No problems on the sand closer to the water. Up there, it's nothing the bike can't handle. The 4-inch tire really helps out. I think if the sand was drier, I might walk the bike with a little throttle assist. So like the first, I don't know, 20 or 50 feet of getting on the beach might be a little bit of a challenge, but not bad at all. All the fishing gear will be on the back rack and the front basket. Once you get down here where the sand is a little bit compacted, cruising up and down the beach will be a blast. And I can just imagine having this thing set up with the fishing gear, cruising up and down, seeing the birds, taking a couple casts, eventually having a cooler on the back so you can put the fish in the cooler. Yeah, just a lot of fun. So I'll go take a couple of turns and cruises around here, maybe get a little more footage, just go adventure up the beach a little bit more because that's what this bike is meant for. But yeah, I'm having a lot of fun on it. So if you're looking for like a good cruiser, not so much a bike to really get out and hardcore mountain bike, but just a cruiser, a beach cruiser, something to commute on, this might be something that you want to check out. Let's go ride a little more. Look at this, I'm just out here by myself, cruising up and down the beach. Woo! Don't get too close to that water. Can't imagine salt water is good for this thing. Whoops. All right, I almost dropped the phone. I'm going to quit while I'm ahead. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you.